3. All right, so now finally, Objective 4. Objective 4 is a little different. It's kind of like taking all 3 of the previous options and putting them together. So for example, what you might have is a screencast where your webcam is showing your face as you introduce and you say, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about fill in the blank, and we're going to use a couple resources like," and you bring up the paper. "And we're also going to use another resource like this PowerPoint." You bring that one up. Or we're going to watch this video, and you bring that one up. And now you're explaining the whole process that goes through whatever it's going to be in the course of their day, and you can dive right in to talking and, in essence, giving instruction directly to the student, whether it be on camera, as voiceover, on a paper or digital item, and all of this gets put together in that framework. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This week we're going to be all about World War I and look at it from the home front. So let's talk about a couple different ways this affects us as we study together. Now we're going to go ahead and pull up our drawing, which is really our map or our framework for learning for the week. Now this is real easy. We're going to talk about it from the perspective of letters, from the perspective of posters that were made popular during this time, from the perspective of political acts from the governmental side, but also some of the responses and some of the political cartoons, as well as the study guide for this week's unit of study. So all of this is right here, so let's go through it real quick. Now, you, of course, can address this in any order. It makes no difference. You want to start with cartoons? Sweet, start with cartoons. But I'm going to start over here with letters. First things first, there's going to be a clip right here in YouTube of letters from home, and this is just the part of it that I want you to be able to see as we go through this section. It's the important part of what I want you to know about this. So with that in mind, then you need to do the activity that's related to this, answering these questions, okay? Also, normally in my classroom, I have some copies of some letters that we have at a station, but in this particular case, I've included them here digitally so you can still have access to them anywhere you are, even from home. So that's the letters activity. So let's go back and let's go ahead and look at the posters. So you know that my room is covered with posters all over the place. Just a second, guys, I need a drink. Okay, so you know my room's covered with posters all over the place. And so what we're going to do is we're going to need to go through this poster activity. Now, I've given you the actual document that you're going to need to work through. There's directions on this document, but don't worry. I've recorded those directions here in a quick YouTube video that tells you exactly how to do this. It's 2 minutes on how exactly to do this activity. So do that. Look at that when you're ready to get going on this activity. I did tell you that was the 4th objective. If you've already mastered number 1, 2, and 3, by the time you get there, number 4 isn't a problem, ladies and gentlemen. I'm confident that you can do it. You'll also notice none of this involved editing. None of this involved fanciness. This is literally just you talking to your students, but you're talking to your students via the digital medium rather than in person. Now, what if you mess up? It's not a problem, because here's the reality. In class, when we're talking on a regular basis, we mess up. We and we hum and we haw and we like and we cuz and we mispronounce things, and all of these things happen when we're live. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us relatable. So the idea that any of this screencasting has to be perfect, it's an unrealistic expectation we don't need to worry about. The students are going to accept us, provided we accept our students. And that's the basis of this relationship. Remember, no matter how much tech we use, it's all about relationships. So, first thing, you got to be able to introduce yourself. Second thing, you have to be able to talk about a physical item. Third thing, you have to be able to talk through a resource and a digital item. And finally, number 4, you need to be able to combine that into instruction for your class. And it can be chopped up, it could be all put together, it could be edited, it could be re-edited, it could be re-put together. It doesn't matter how, as long as it reflects you to your students. So screencasting is one of the most powerful things that we're going to do, and it's one of the very first things you need to know to make sure that we can move from a traditional classroom to a digital classroom. And if we can do that, then we're really meeting the needs of our students 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.